Hi viewers, welcome back to Mom and Jess Talk Show. So today we're taking a topic we refer to as nutritional wellness. This is a series for our health. So when we talk about health, it's important to pay attention to nutrition, the kind of food we eat, our diets. It helps us to live longer and be healthy and fit for our daily running around an activity. So today with us we have Mrs. Betty Ajibade, whom by God's grace is doing her PhD in this area of study. So I will just leave her to introduce herself to you all, and then we'll hit the show.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Betty Ajibade. I'm a food technologist by profession, and I'm here to answer some questions about our nutrition and food that we eat. Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I know that we'll all be blessed. Before we hit the discussion, please remember to subscribe to our channel to keep you in line of other episodes that are still coming up. So thank you for the opportunity and availing yourself, and also having me in your lovely home. So without further ado, we'll start this discussion on nutritional wellness. I believe that we should start by understanding what nutritional wellness means actually.
Nutritional wellness means that you eating for a purpose. When you eat for a purpose, we know that these days nutrition has gone beyond just balanced diet. You now eat to achieve a purpose, whether to make you healthy, whether to eradicate a particular disease in your body, whether to make you have more energy to do some certain activity or sport, and so on and so forth. So we can say that nutritional wellness is a nutrition that is focused on a particular health issue, or you using your food as your medicine, or a way to keep healthy.
Okay, thank you so much for that tip. So why is it important to have good nutrition? Like, what are the benefits of
according to the World Health Organization, nutrition is one of the basic vehicle through which human beings get diseases into their body, because any perversion in nutrition can actually cause a lot of havoc, a lot of problem for every individual. And according to the WHO again, we realize that incidence of diseases is getting high every day, especially diseases that are related to food. Diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and so many other ones like that. Right. Food poisoning, disease through food, and so many other diseases that are attached to when you eat food. So because of this, a lot of people are sick, a lot of people are hospitalized, a lot of people have their lifespan being cut short. So, and that is why we need to be aware that whatever we eat have impact on our body and our overall wellness and being. So for us to be healthy, whatever we take in is also very, very important.
So wow, viewers, I hope you got that. Whatever we eat, you are what you eat actually. Yes. So I pray the Lord will help us be cautious of the kind of things we eat. So with that being said, let's also understand the reason why we should eat certain kind of food. Like for instance, I'm aware that there are certain foods that diabetic people eat, or people that are obese. Can we throw more light in that area?
There are so many things that are attached to the kind of food that you can eat.
Right.
Based on your health, you can structure your food.
Okay.
Based on your stature, you can structure your food. Based on your age, you can structure your food. Based on the activity that you do every day. So there is no straight jacket. Because in this generation we have a lot of stuffs, a lot of scientific facts, a lot of knowledge, a lot of personal experiences, and so on and so forth. So I cannot actually tell viewer you can actually eat this alone and be well.
Okay.
Definitely.
Maybe we should go with age restrictions. I hear that from 40 years there are certain things
yes.
Stop eating.
So for people that are younger, they are growing, so they need certain food to be able to grow properly. They need carbohydrates, more than enough carbohydrates. They need protein, they need fat and oil, and so on and so forth. They need minerals and vitamins, some crucial minerals and vitamins. For the smaller children, they are their minerals and vitamins is very important. Very important, because certain area of their body need to grow properly. They need some vegetables and fruits for them to grow properly, for their brain, their their tactile, their movements, their sensitivity, and so on and so forth. So we can actually regulate this food based on age that we have. So for people of our own age, that we are, for women that have had their children, they've had children and they are like 35 above. Nutritional requirement is different.
Okay.
Even for a woman that is still having plan to have a child, your nutrition is different from somebody that decided not to have a child
anymore.
For somebody that is menopause and above, their own nutrition is also different.
Wow.
And one thing I want us to know is that for some of us, we started so slim, we were so thin and so slim when we were young.
That's true.
But as we are getting older, we started adding weight. And I usually tell my husband, you are not growing anymore. When you eat too much food, it's like a waste. And it's,
the body forms fat,
and it forms fat in your body and you start becoming big. And one problem about this is because you continue to eat and it's as if you are training yourself. Like when I was in my 15th year now, I was eating. I have to eat. So even if I don't eat, my mom will be like, you must eat. So I'm training my body to absorb food. Like I'm growing, But by the time I'm 40 now, I'm not growing anymore.
Okay.
And I've already trained myself to be eating like 2 cups of rice.
Wow.
So how do I change it to 1? I don't know.
That's a challenge.
So it has always been a challenge to the older people, that people like 35
eat a certain amount already. So
we have already used our system, our mouth, and used to a certain amount of food. So when you now wanted to cut it, to be like, hey, they are killing me, I can't understand. So it's actually very serious matter, and that is why we need to take it with all importance. And a lot of time, the most way to solve that problem is food substitution.
Okay.
You now start substituting for you to feel full, because a lot of time people don't feel full, their mental alertness is very reduced.
That's true.
That food did not fill me.
And then you'll be looking for something else
to add to it. So what is the most important advice that nutritionists give is for you to have a substitute into your food. Something that you can eat, it will not add weight to you, it will not have any calorie, it will not go into your body. You just eat it, digest it, and it comes out. And that is where we now see food that contains a lot of fiber. You can change your cornflakes from the normal cornflakes to brown cornflakes. You can change your bread from the normal bread to low GI bread. Because bread can be brown and still have high GI.
Wow.
That is glycemic index. Glycemic index is how much carbohydrate can be easily digested in our stomach. How much you can absorb. So if the carbohydrates digest very slowly, then before it's even finished digestion, we've passed it out already. But when we have a low glycemic index food, this carbohydrate digest is like, in our traditional food, we have this food called amala.
I know it.
It has a very high glycemic, it digests easily. Wow. So it goes quickly into your system. But a lot of people like it because they will tell you that food digests easily. It digests easily, but then it takes a lot of calorie into your body.
Okay.
Despite the fact that it comes out of your body, you think that it digests fast. Meanwhile, when you eat something like eba, it takes longer time for it to digest. But then the calorie that you got from it is very low because before it ends the cycle of digestion, it has already reached your small intestine and it's coming out already. So that is why we normally recommend low GI or high GI food. Another thing is that people should study their body. Studying your body is very, very crucial to nutrition. A lot of people will just wake up one day and decide to remove a class of food from their food, from their diet. I don't want to eat fat again. I don't want to eat carbohydrates again. You can't just do that. No, you substitute.
Okay.
You don't just say you can cut your portions. Of course, that is another method. That's another recommended method. But you don't just remove any class of food from your food. You are depriving yourself of so many things, and it can actually be. It has been reported in the literature that people that just remove any class of food from their diet faces different kind of sicknesses all over again, because they have opened their body to some other stuff. Especially people that are getting older, because at that point you need some vital vitamins and minerals that will maintain your physical fitness, your physical look, your body, because now you are not producing them enough. So you need to take them in, and you can't be taking enough food. So you need to substitute which for which. Because I can give us an example, of course. Like I said earlier on, you can change your white bread to low GI bread. There is low GI white bread and low GI brown bread. When we go to shop, thank God for this our country, South Africa.
Wow.
You can actually get all. You can check the label and see them. Also, we must feed on vegetables. A lot of vegetables. Carrots, cabbage, cucumber.
I'm not
avocado.
a fan of vegetables, but I think one has to be very intentional about it.
Yeah, they are very, very good. And we must also increase our intake of these phytochemicals. How do we get phytochemicals? From chilies and spices. Some of these phytochemicals works in our stomach to remove excess fat. They work in our body to remove excess cholesterol.
Wow.
Like I said earlier on, like you pointed out, portioning is also very, very important. Even if I say you should eat chilies, you should eat spices, portioning them is crucial, so that you don't overdose your system with all those things. But they are very good because they have a way, of clearing our body, clearing our organs, and make them to be in perfect order. So some of these food are available around us. We can even decide to plant our home if we have a backyard.
Home garden.
To do them.
Wow, you said so much. Viewers, I'm learning a lot here. I'm sure you are too. Let's move on to the issue of, I've always heard the issue of, junk food, junk food, processed food, how often should one consume it, like as an adult and as a child?
For me, processed food is food that was highly refined. Okay. And when food is highly refined, most of the benefits from that food is wasted. And what you are now left is, eating something that is bad. Like when you want to eat like chips, burgers, chicken, fried chickens and all these stuff. I cannot actually tell you that they are bad food, but what is it that you want to derive in it? Most of it are over processed. And at that age that we specify earlier on, what you need is just those vital vitamins and minerals to maintain your physical well-being and your health. So when they are not provided in such food, we don't have any reason to eat them. I'm also guilty of it at times. I eat, especially when my daughter is eating, but then I don't base my nutrition.
It should be occasional, right?
Definitely. A lot of time I'm not interested. One of the things that we should also learn in this is self-control, especially for the elderly.
It's key.
Self-control is absolutely, because you have the money, of course.
That's true. And
you have to eat. In fact, you have to eat to be healthy, to stay alive. So nobody can say you should not eat any particular food. But like I said earlier on, one, we should be reasonable with ourselves. We should have self-control. We should know what is good for us. We should study our body. Because even I know people that still eat this normal food that are not highly processed. Like in Nigeria now, most of our food are not highly processed. They are semi-processed food. And semi-processed food is good.
It's not bad.
To some extent. A lot of them are even fermented. Like we all know, scientifically, fermented food are good. In fact, when you base your diet on fermented food, you rarely have
What type of foods are fermented? Let's get to know maybe.
Any food that is subjected to microbial,
like an instance,
is a fermented food, like our gari.
Okay.
Any product from cassava. Mostly.
I'm sure other people like South Africans will not have an idea. Do you have an example for them?
Like there's garbage.
Okay.
Fermented garbage.
Wow.
Then we have the dairy products. Cheeses, they are fermented products. You have fermented milk. We call it Amasi.
Amasi, I hear of it, but I
Yeah,
hear
in
that
South
makes people
Africa.
get big, especially children.
I will talk about that later. Then we have the buttermilk. It's also a
Okay.
fermented milk. And we have the
Wow.
amahewu.
Wow.
Amahewu is a fermented maize grain, as in grow. And all these food are very good
Okay.
because they have a lot of, you know, a lot of benefits when you take them. And one good thing about them is that they contain some live microorganisms. And these live microorganisms have a way of preventing, you know, our guts, which is our digestive system, to be clogged with bad bacteria. Bad bacteria usually causes problem in our body. It has even been led to many food poisoning and so many immunity problems. So eating fermented food helps you to take in
all those
healthy bacteria that will support your health and that will eliminate any forms of bowel diseases from you.
Oh wow. Wow.
So we can actually take dairy milk, fermented dairy milk products. They are also good. So concerning the one that you said that people said that it's made, you know, that is why there are options.
Okay.
There are options in the market. There is low fat and there is high fat. And
so
there is
we have to look at the labels.
Exactly. For us to be able to make a decisive decision. And we know that the fat is from the milk. The fat, you know, the milk fat that is being used as for butter. When the whole milk is being used for the fermentation, you have a high fat fermented milk. But when it is reduced, when the fat are removed before the fermentation, then it becomes a low fat, which is another option. You can't actually say you want to do a fermented milk with no fat. It's not actually common.
Okay.
So the low fat is also a recommended one.
A lot we are learning about our food and nutrition. Let's take the last question. We often hear that food is medicine, and if we eat healthy and have a good nutrition, we save ourselves from taking medication. For instance, the issue of orange. I know during winter my husband has taught me to get a lot of oranges, so that it could replace vitamin C and so on and so forth. So what's your take on that?
Yes, our food can actually be our medicine, and that is what I've been practicing personally.
Wow.
During COVID, I started reading some articles on nutrition based on food, based on plants, fruits, and so on and so forth. So I realized that even the problem of women, having a big tummy can actually be solved by basing your food and your drink, on plant-based foods. Sorry for that. So we realize that a lot of time we change our faces looking for like Western medicine to solve
supplements and vitamins,
trying to buy medications and so on and so forth. But there are some things that when we do them consistently, like flu, we will not even have flu. So there is a particular chemical in pineapple.
Wow.
This chemical fought against the virus that causes flu. Like seriously, like 100%.
Even more than orange.
Even more than orange. So I developed this drink that we took in the house, and since the time we have been drinking it, we actually don't have flu. And even my daughter, I force her to drink it every time. Personally, that is my own drink. Whenever I'm going out, I put it in my bottle, I drink it.
I will seek recipe from you after this interview.
It helps my bowel.
Okay.
It helps my digestive system, and it has a high level of antioxidants. Though I've not done the analysis in the lab, but based on the ingredient that I used, it contains a high level of antioxidants. And we need antioxidants to fight free radicals in our body that actually led to diseases, that actually led to the creation of diseases in our body. So we can actually use our food as our medicine by being specific and by being, knowing exactly what this food will do in my body. For women that have stomach problem, you can actually base your diet or do some routine. Like early in the morning now, you can just put a little bit of cinnamon in warm water and drink it every morning. I
heard of lemon, not cinnamon, so we can try cinnamon too.
You can try cinnamon too. Yes. And if you continue like that, before you know it, apart from the fact that it will help your digestion and digestive system to, it will also help to burn excess fat
In the tummy.
in the tummy, and you continue. Consistency in some of these things is very crucial. So
Consistency is key.
knowing exactly what a particular food is doing in the body, and now you using it for that purpose is going to be like you are using your medicine. You are using food as your medicine.
Right.
Also, let me give an example also of of people that are diabetic. They can actually make their own drink.
Okay.
Using the peel, like this pineapple that I told you, pineapple peel, and adding a little orange with it.
The pineapple peel, the rough part.
Yes, the pineapple peel.
You blend it.
No, you don't blend it. You just cook it like that.
Oh my God!
To make a drink.
Interesting.
You can then flavor it. There are many.
So permit me, is it antioxidants in it, or what exactly?
There is a particular chemical, phytochemical in that pineapple. That when you cook it, it releases into the water, and when you drink it, it actually benefits your body. And one thing I realized in the market is that every drink that is in the market is centered around people that drink sugar, people that take sugar. Like myself, I don't like anything sugary. So I prefer to make my own drink at home. If I want to make a smoothie, I make it at home myself. If I have to drink, I will make my own drink myself. So we can actually do that too, because by the time I'm making my drink, I'm targeting something. Maybe to drink, to be able to pass out excreta easily, or to drink to reduce my stomach, or to drink, or to keep me active, and so on and so forth. So when we use food to target a particular element in our body, there are still so many other ones that I would have loved to share with you, but
time will not permit us.
Time will not permit us to do that. But overall, a diet based on plants
is very
good. Like nuts, like if you normally eat,
I had to keep yourself alert. You need to eat almond nuts and all that.
Thank you very much. At times when we're young, we always take snacks. So when we are old now, we also still want to take snack. Why can't I take snack?
Yeah, snacking on healthy nuts.
You can actually snack by taking healthy nuts. There are nuts that are in the shops now. Even you have fruits that are dried fruits. Just that I will advise that for the dried fruits, make sure you buy the small packs and read the calorie, because it's being concentrated. Okay. Now some of them are very sugary.
Like the dates.
Because you've already dried all the water and them. So make sure you read the calorie on the pack, and make sure you buy the smaller packs,
so you don't eat too much.
You don't eat too much. So for the nuts are good. Okay. You have granules, you have pecan, you have so many of these. Some of them are even in mix. That you can enjoy them as your own snack, instead of don't follow children to eat biscuits at that age.
Wow. I hope you got that. Go for nuts, almond nuts ahead. It keeps you alert. Remember then when I'm researching, when you eat it, it just keeps you mentally alert, and then something is going on, but it's not affecting you. The mouth is moving, but it's not affecting your body system. Let's take this final question, because I know it will help one viewer or two watching. The particular diet for women that are waiting on God for the fruit of the womb. Apparently I hear there are certain food that could help them with the ovaries and fertility, to improve their fertility, whatever.
For a woman that is waiting, I don't advise you to be on diet, like removing food.
Okay.
Just study your body to eat the amount that will not make you to be adding more than enough excess fat in your body, because you need all the vitamins. I don't subscribe to you taking, some people would say take folic acid alone. I don't subscribe to that. Folic acid doesn't work alone on itself. It needs other compounds too
to go together.
So if you want to take a good a multivitamin, it should be a complete one that has that folic, because folic alone will not work. Then another thing is that eating some certain food, of course, may enhance your ovulation and everything, but then, like we all know, a balanced diet is still what you need.
Okay.
Every portion of the food must be in your food, because personally, I had a personal experience with that.
Okay. Are there particular foods that include?
I don't have any particular food that I'm eating. Even when I went to the doctor said what you should eat is balanced diet. Please don't remove any part of food from your food.
Okay.
For a woman waiting, you must eat all classes of food.
Okay.
In fact, even your alternatives, you must have
Interesting.
ask the doctor
Okay.
that I want to alternate this with this. Because if you decide to just remove any class of food, you are depriving your body of the vitamin. Because no matter how much folic acid that you take, if you don't have others
to complement
it can't work on itself.
Wow.
Because I remember when somebody advised me in Nigeria, if you are waiting, you should be taking folic every day. Don't miss it. I'm like, folic every day? And I went to the doctor that people are advising me to stop eating egg, I should be taking folic. She said no. What you should do is for you to eat balanced diet. Okay. Eat food that are healthy, of course, but make sure that all classes of food are in your food. Don't eat excess, of course, but whenever you feel like this is time for me to eat, make sure it's all classes of food. And that is the advice I usually give
to everyone.
Most of the time, I will not advise you to, don't take egg, or don't take too much fat. Don't take all classes of food, because egg in itself has folic.
That's true.
Has so many
other
vitamins,
nutrients.
Nutrients. So how will I tell somebody that is waiting, trying to conceive, not to eat egg? It has not been scientifically proven.
Wow.
So
wow, thank you so much, Ms. Ajibade. Wow. And take home, let's to wrap up the session.
Take home today will be that we should study our body.
Okay.
We should know how our body works. We should know what we should put in our body. If I eat slowly, what happens? When I eat fast, what happens? When I eat this particular food, what happens? I have a friend, sorry to divert again, that whenever she eats eba, she started becoming big. And whenever she stops and she starts eating other swallow,
she loses weight.
She loses weight, and she's fine. So we should study our body and try to know how it works, how our metabolism works, and what works for us. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I've learned so much. So I think the first thing I need to get now from the shop is the pineapple. I would love to try the pineapple peel.
I'll send the
and recipes for drinks, please. I would also love to contact you, because I fall guilty of I don't like drinking water, so I'm always tempted to go for all these drinks, but God is helping us because we are aging. So these are things that we need, to keep our body fit and to live longer, because God has given us long life. It's just that sometimes we are neglecting the things that we need to take care of ourselves. God started this world with plants and put Adam there, So, but man is creating his own things, processed food and all that. We're taking it a bit, further, and I think that is why it's affecting us. So I believe that somebody watching has learned a lot from all that Mrs. Ajibade has shared with us. So we need to be intentional about our nutrition, about our food, our diet, and keeping fit as well goes along. As we do this, we also have to, physically keep fit. And as we do all this, we pray the Lord will continue to strengthen us.